We'll get started here in a minute. Harrington, the chair of Apprenticeship Randolph and one of the leaders of one of the founding companies, Elastic Therapy. So to kind of kick things off tonight, I'd like to start by acknowledging some of the special guests that are either here or may join us in progress. So starting with Senator Dave Craven, Randolph County Commissioner Hope Haywood, Asheboro Mayor David Smith, from the North Carolina Community College System, Vice President of Economic Development, Dr. Bruce Mack, Director of ApprenticeshipNC, Catherine Castellos, Apprenticeship Consultant, Wanda Ramos McPherson, Randolph County School Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey, Asheboro City School Superintendent, Dr. Aaron Woody, RCC's Vice President of Instructional Services, Suzanne Rorball, RCC's Vice President of Administrative Services, Daffy Garris, all of our company partners, and all of the other community, company, and school and college partners that help to support this program and make it possible. Any other elected officials, if we missed you, we apologize. And certainly want to acknowledge all of the volunteers that help make tonight possible. And last, but certainly not least, the family, friends, and finally, our graduates and new apprentices, for which we're here to honor tonight. So in addition to our signing ceremony for our 14 new apprentices, we're going to celebrate the graduation of our first cohort. We're proud of our apprentices and thankful for our community to make the program possible and successful. It truly takes open-mindedness, flexibility, adaptability, and persistence. We now have 60 apprentices in 20-member companies supporting information systems and manufacturing technology. And we're always looking to grow and expand to other industries, other areas, and other career fields. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. She's one of the founding leaders of Apprenticeship Randolph, Nancy Cross. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again and again and again. Without Nancy, we would not have the program that we have today. Nancy's no stranger to our community. Most of her 30-year career in education was spent here in Randolph County. As a classroom teacher, she taught math and physics, earning national board certification in 1999. She was a lead teacher at Southwest Randolph High School and served as liaison at Randolph Early College High School. After 6 years as career technical education director in Randolph County, she moved up the road to CTE director for Guilford County. That's where she's at today. Nancy's passionate about creating opportunities for all students through career and technical education. Her passion and the results of her programs have earned her well-deserved recognition. Some of that recognition includes Partners in Progress recognition by Randolph County Economic Development Corporation, Outstanding Partner for her contribution to our program with ApprenticeshipNC, Fellow of the Association of Career and Technical Education, New Professionals, Extra Mile Award recipient for Archdale Trinity Chamber of Commerce, CTE Director of the Year for the Piedmont Triad Region, 2019-2020 year. This year, she was a nominee for the Director of the Year for the Piedmont Triad Region and North Carolina's Carl Perkins Community Service Awardee representing the state and Region 2 competition. Nancy serves on many boards and committees for community organizations, always collaborating to prepare students for high skill, high wage, and high demand careers. She currently serves as the president for the Piedmont Triad Region Administrators and is the professional development chair for North Carolina's Association of Career and Technical Education. In her spare time, Nancy's a doctoral candidate in education leadership and a mom of 3 young adults. Nancy clearly believes in continuous improvement and professional growth. So with that, Nancy, I welcome you to the event this evening. Thank you very much.
I apologize for those of you who had to sit through that twice. I want to set one thing straight. The program that Stacy shared with me yesterday lists me as the founder of Apprenticeship Randolph. I would be so mistaken to not acknowledge the fact that while I certainly appreciated the opportunity to be a part of starting Apprenticeship Randolph, there were so many people involved. And I think as I reflect on that time, if any component had shifted, so there was the right leadership here at RCC with Dr. Shackelford and his team. There was the right leadership in Randolph County Schools with Dr. Gainey and his team. There was the right leadership in Asheboro, and Julie Pack is here and played a huge role in the work that Asheboro contributed. And then the education piece could have all come together, but without the business partners like Chris and Jeff and Diane, and the list goes on and on, there's no way that would have worked. So it was just almost the perfect aligning of stars. So while it's very humbling and quite an honor, please do realize it was not a single-handed event at all. I want to share just a little bit. I'm going to switch the presentation. I got it. Perfect. Wonderful. I want to share just a few apprenticeship facts for those of you who might be new to the idea of apprenticeship. Apprenticeships benefit both employers and the students, the employees. The employers gain a customized talent pipeline. They get to grow their own, essentially. Imagine the power of that you raise these apprentices up in your company, and they take on the culture of your company from a very young age and creates quite a loyalty. As a matter of fact, for every dollar the employers invest, they get $1.70 return on that investment. Who wouldn't do that with their money? Excellent use of their funds. And then students earn a progressive wage, they learn valuable skills, and they obtain nationally recognized credentials along the way. And just to make it specific to Apprenticeship Randolph, we'll go to the next slide and look at the timeline. So in February of 16, and this is where the fire was ignited in me about apprenticeship, I engaged with Guilford Apprenticeship Partners in some conversation. I talked to a classroom teacher, Jean Holder. I talked to the Eastern Triad Workforce Initiative Director at the time, Donna Newton, and I talked to a business partner up there, Tammy Simmons, and just got more and more excited, and the CT director in Guilford at the time, and Randy Gunter with GTCC, and I said, this is how it all comes together. I knew that I couldn't call 24 employers into a room and tell them about the benefits to their company. I needed the business partners to do that. I couldn't tell RCC how to make it work on the community college side. I needed community college people to do that. So on June 16th of 2016, we brought a group of folks together for an informational interest meeting, and we had a great team from Guilford County come down and share their experiences, which launched then our first recruitment cycle in January of 17. We went into all the schools and shared about Apprenticeship Randolph. And the first pre-apprentices started in May 17. 8 of them are seated on this stage right now. And we had our first signing ceremony in August of 17. So I want to tell you the secret formula, okay? But to do that, you have to stick with me for just a little bit, and let me tell you a little bit about my history. I come from a family of CTE educators, career and technical educators. My mom was a home economics major and graduated in 1959 from High Point College. She taught for 5 years at East Surrey High School. 100 ninth grade girls every year, if you can imagine, 100 ninth grade girls a year. So she was a formal career and technical education teacher. Now that would be called family and consumer science instead of home economics, because we get so much more educated with our words, right? But family and consumer science. And my dad, that's a picture of him working on a laser. He was an electronic technician. So while he wasn't a licensed CTE teacher, he was my CTE teacher. From my mom, I learned things like how to bake a pound cake and an apple pie, how to sew a button back on, and how to hem a dress, and some great personal finance tips. From my dad, I learned how to change a tire, sharpen the blades on a lawnmower, replace my oven's heating element when it went out, and change the headlights in my car. And Hondas are unbearable, so if you need help with that, I'm here for you. So as important as both of these folks were to me, the next person was my grandfather, James Thomas Jones. He went by Tom, lived from 1911 to 1998. And his full-time occupation was that of a farmer. So again, career and technical education was his thing as well, because he was educating me along the way. He had laying hens and Black Angus beef cows, and he had raised tobacco, and he gardened, and lots of other pieces. He was a dairy milk producer for seal test, and just did lots of cool farming things. But when he turned 60 years old, before agritourism was a thing, he converted his 100-acre farm to a campground. And it's at the foot of Pilot Mountain, Shomiyoki, maybe you've been there. It's still a prime camping destination. And for his efforts, his innovation, his conservation focus, he was awarded the state of North Carolina's Conservation Farmer of the Year in about 1973, just to get the timeline there. So he was not just a farmer, he was my buddy. We were tight. We went bicycle riding together. We fished together. We worked in the garden, and most of the produce went to someone's shut-in porch, a neighbor, someone else who needed it. And we planted an orchard together. And then next time we harvested the fruit and enjoyed that together. And we just hung out a lot. But when we were hanging out, he was talking and he was teaching, and I was listening and I was learning. CTE educator. So we embarked on our biggest idea, which was to create our little world. We created a little world in his backyard. Up in the left corner, it's a bird bath. There's a Ferris wheel for the birds up in the left corner of the bird bath. We didn't want a bird house. We wanted a bird hotel. So it has 24 rooms. And it's at the top of a very tall copper pole so that snakes could not invade the hotel. We had a dead tree, so we trimmed it up and made it, bored some holes in it and made it a squirrel house. And then we built a wishing well. But when I was about 10 years old, we embarked on our biggest project together of all. And that was to create a replica of what he loved so much, which was Pilot Mountain. So in the backyard, we started with 32 cubic feet of red clay and built around that a replica of Pilot Mountain. And you can see the real mountain in the background, and the mountain was just as beautiful in full bloom with azaleas in the spring as it was covered in snow in the winter. Again, just listening and learning. And so I promised you, and you've been so patient with me, I promised you that I would give you the secret formula. But you needed to hear that story, because the secret formula came from the threads my grandfather gave me over those years. And those threads were used to weave the fabric that became Apprenticeship Randolph. So 3 secrets. First, use the right tools to do the job. Don't use a screwdriver to open a can of paint. It's not a good idea. The right tools for the job of building Apprenticeship Randolph: 1, relationships. The group of people that I mentioned earlier and I left out, and hate to do that, and I'll just say parents, the kids, the students, the relationships we've built with them over the years, the community college partners, the state community college system, ApprenticeshipNC, like Wanda. Those relationships are critical tools to doing the job. Integrity. If Misty Wolf said, I am going to send you an email by 9 o'clock tonight, you're going to get an email by 9 o'clock tonight. Integrity is when your words and your actions align. You have to have integrity. And then collaboration, being able to work together to form something that's bigger than any one individual. So not only do you have to have the right tools, you've got to use the right tools correctly. Listen more and talk less. I believe there's a reason we were designed with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more, talk less. Be flexible in your strategies, but firm in your goals. When we all came together, you better believe there were disagreements. There were things that Chris needed his employees to have and other things that Diane needed her employees to have. And Melinda and RCC was flexible enough to say, let's come up with something that fits for everybody, that helps serve all of the different companies' needs. And so out of that came a whole new pathway that wasn't even here before. And then be creative. You have to be willing to think outside the box. Many Apprenticeship Randolph programs, or apprenticeship programs rather, flounder because of those who, instead of thinking outside the box to solve problems, they present obstacles and barriers. I told Dr. Gainey many times that if it were not for his leadership and the Board of Education's leadership and all, again, those important players, Apprenticeship Randolph wouldn't have happened, because people had to be willing to think outside the box and create solutions rather than problems. Across our state, there are counties and school systems and community colleges envious of what happens here in Randolph County. And it's because people are willing to think outside the box. And then thirdly, leave it better than you found it. That was my grandfather's goal in life. It's been my goal in life. It absolutely is a goal of Apprenticeship Randolph. To do that, you have to set aside personal agendas. It can't be about just your company, for instance, from a business perspective. It can't just be about the community college or any one of the school systems involved. It has to be about the greater good. Very early on in Apprenticeship Randolph, that was the conversation. It was about how to make our community better than we found it. And then be a problem solver, not a pot stirrer, one of my favorite sayings. There are many people who sit around in their offices all day just talking about how something's not good enough or that person's not doing a good enough job. And then there are other people out there trying to do something about it. Be that person, not the one stirring the pot, but the one solving the problem. And then lastly, if you wish for it, then you have to work for it. It's not enough. For years and years, people talked about, oh, let's have an apprenticeship program in Randolph County, and it never happened. You have to, it's a lot of work, hasn't it been, folks? Lots of hours, lots of long nights, lots of visits and conversations, and it's endless. There are meetings that happen every month. There are behind the scenes pieces, planning events. There are recruitment activities. There's work. Most anything that's valuable and worth anything takes a tremendous amount of work. So I thank you. I do want to say to our graduates and our new apprentices, you're a part of something very, very special. I hope that you can hear my passion in that. I leave you with this one last thought. And I hope that this is what happens for you and your, and no, I'm not going to read another children's book. I saw that look on it. So your occupation, your vocation, your career should be the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meets. You're meeting a need for the world and the work that you do. And I hope it also meets a need for you from a place of passion within you. So congratulations to each and every one of you who are graduating and who are just embarking on your journal. Guys, know that I challenge them to reach down and mentor and support and help you along the path. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for that when you need it. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. At this time, I'd like to call pre-apprentice Nathan Johnson for his remarks. Nathan is with Technimark.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nathan Johnson, and I am a Southwestern Randolph High School graduate and the newest Technimark tooling technician apprentice. I first would like to thank the company partners, schools, community officials, and all the parents and guardians for joining us to celebrate this momentous occasion. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here today. To begin with, I'd like to share my experience with the apprenticeship so far. When I went to the week-long orientation, I was overwhelmed. I was unsure of what to expect. I had no sense of what I was doing. I really don't think any of us did. However, as we moved through the week, I gradually gained a sense of direction. Throughout the process, they tested our mechanical abilities. They tested our ability to loosen and tighten nuts and bolts in a specific order, reduce costs by disassembling and reassembling a plane in the most cost-effective manner, and testing our ability to read a three-dimensional shape in a 2D form. All these things added up to allow us to better understand our job and our tasks ahead. The acceptance into the degree apprenticeship was both a blessing and a very weighted pressure. The reason for the pressure was not for the workload nor the difficulty, but the determination of where my life may be headed. The apprenticeship is not a light matter, nor is it a simple one. However, it is something that everyone who has the opportunity and the determination should take. The time you spend working will develop your ability to understand new tasks. The apprenticeship will not only polish your abilities, but also your character. The time you spend is not only worth it for your growth, but also monetary gain. The money should not be your focus, but it is a very nice perk. That first paycheck will be your first true step into adulthood.
Just turn your computer
First paycheck will also give you a satisfying sense of accomplishment.
on the keyboard.
I've come to learn many things during my time as a pre-apprentice. The people I've worked with have shown me great kindness and
Where is that?
inspiration. The companies have shown us patience and generosity in giving us this opportunity, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for that. We as the apprentices had to take on this
Where's the
responsibility.
volume?
As such,
I'm
I'd
gonna
like to
keep-
thank my fellow
You
apprentices
know, it's
for
probably
embarking upon this
a
journey with me.
little mic.
Thank you, and thank you to the
A little
graduating
microphone.
with us during our time.
There it is, right above the 6, 6, 7, and 8. It's
Love
right
it.
there.
All right.
Thank you to all the supporting
So
parents and
above the
guardians.
6 has got a
schools, and teachers
tax
that
on
supported
it.
us during our
Shall
time in high
I do
school.
the next one, the
Let's all
7?
strive to stick together during these next 4 years.
Yeah.
And strive to not only help
One
ourselves
says
during the
plus,
coming
one
difficult
says
times,
minus. Turn it all the way up.
but help others in their struggles as well. Thank you, everyone. And I look forward to the coming years.
Now what do you need?
I don't know anything. I think I got it. I think you
I-
got it.
I think you have it now too.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Nathan. Now's the time for our signing ceremony.
Show,
Ask all the
All right,
42
darling.
leaders,
Thank you,
line up
honey.
in alphabetical order on my right.
Bye.
Um,
Gary,
to
we got it.
get things, started.
yes.
So we're excited to celebrate our apprentices here tonight. Their signature is an agreement with their company. The company will pay for the books, tools, paid on-the-job training, mentoring for the next 4 years as they work toward their Journeyworker credentials and a career at that company. The signature also enables ApprenticeshipNC to provide state-funded tuition, a state-funded tuition waiver to pay for the associate's degree that each will learn. Apprenticeship Randolph is more than $120,000 opportunity of a lifetime. We're excited to sign 14 apprentices this year. So let's get started. With that, Daphne.
This evening, I am very excited about this event tonight. My name is Daphne Garrison. I'm the Vice President for Administrative Services here at Randolph Community College. On behalf of the President, we certainly welcome you guys. Last year, we joined, and I hear that we were involved from the beginning, but we actually joined as an industry partner. So that's very exciting. And so tonight, we would like to offer an apprenticeship to two individuals that's going to work in, one in computer services and one in our distance education department. So if we could have Damian Meadows. And this is the Director of Computer Services. Damian's working in Tara's department. We're so glad to have him, and as I said, he'll be joining our distance education department. Those will be working. This is for the information technology apprenticeship.
Good afternoon. I'm Donnie Lineberry from Elastic Therapy. This year, we would like to offer a apprenticeship program to Aiden Whitmire for our medical knitting technician.
Good evening. I'm Steve Wilkerson. I'm Senior Staff Electrical Engineer with Energizer Holdings. And we're pleased to offer an apprenticeship to Joseph Monroe.
Hi, I'm Todd Yarborough, Senior Manager for Manufacturing Engineering and Quality with Hubbell Industrial Controls. Hubbell is here, and we have the great pleasure to offer an apprenticeship to Pierce Harper.
My name is Stacy Miller, and I'm the Pathways Activities Coordinator for RCC. Unfortunately, our friends from Joe Watt are unable to attend tonight. They would like to announce that Joe Watt Corporation is excited to sign Lindsay Pierce as an apprentice. Lindsay and Joe Watt are celebrating via Zoom tonight. Congratulations to Lindsay.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Bell, and I am the regional recruiter for Mohawk Industries. And Mohawk Industries is excited to offer the apprenticeship to Wesley Hodgen.
Hi, good evening. I'm Keith Seals, the Deputy Service Manager for Oliver Rubber Company, a part of the Mission family. We have Davis Jackson, HR Manager, and Michael James, our Maintenance Manager, and we're excited to offer Aiden Burgess and Chase Thomas both apprenticeship program. We welcome you and your family. Them and their families to the mission.
My name is Jessica Peglia from Kimco Manufacturing, and I serve as the HR manager. And we are excited to offer an apprenticeship to both Zane Emerson and Gage Smith. Our friends at Sapona Plastics are also unable to join us this evening. However, they have asked me to announce that Sapona Plastics LLC is thrilled to sign JD Bennett as an apprentice. Sapona Plastics is celebrating from
My name is Mildred Marley. I'm the Learning and Development Specialist at Technimark. And Technimark is excited to offer an apprenticeship to Nathan Johnson.
I'm Larry LeGrune. I'm the machining manager and manufacturing engineering manager at United Brass Works. United Brass Works is very pleased to offer Reese Beeson an apprenticeship.
Good evening. My name is Diane James. I'm the Director of Industrial Operations at Hubbell, overseeing the location in Archdale, North Carolina, along with sites in Mayville, Wisconsin, and Monterey, Mexico. I've represented Hubbell as a founding partner with Apprenticeship Randolph since its inception, and I'm currently co-chair of the consortium and incoming chairwoman. I've also served on, I do serve on the board of directors of the Randolph County Economic Development Corporation. Congratulations to our 14 new apprentices this evening. So, Henry Ford, you know, the guy who started Ford Motor Company, a global automotive company, which is still in business today. Well, Henry started out as an apprentice machinist. Isn't that what some of you are starting out as? Imagine the possibilities. They've made a great decision, and with hard work and determination, the sky is truly the limit. Let's give them another round of applause. Here tonight, we are also excited to celebrate our first group of graduates from Apprenticeship Randolph. These 8 apprentices started in the summer semester of 2017 and just finished up their classes this summer. We are super proud of them all. Next, we're going to hear from Brandon Hill, who is our graduating apprentice from Hubbell. He started with us as a rising senior from Randleman High School, and over the last 4 years, we have watched him mature into a professional electronics test and field service technician who has already traveled to at least 5 other states in support of our customers. After graduation, Brandon told me he plans to continue his education to pursue a bachelor's degree in engineering, most likely in electrical engineering, and possibly an MBA after that. And of course, he plans to continue his zero debt education plan by taking advantage of Hubbell's tuition reimbursement program. In fact, he also told me he plans to stay at Hubbell until he retires. Only 45 more years from now. In his spare time, Brandon is an avid outdoorsman who enjoys hunting, fishing, mountain biking, camping, kayaking, and anything else outdoors. Brandon has been a spokesperson for Apprenticeship Randolph since the beginning. He is featured in multiple videos on the Apprenticeship Randolph website and on YouTube, along with having participated in many in-person events at area schools. And Brandon has achieved the top GPA in his graduating class. So please join me in welcoming Brandon Hill to the podium to share his remarks tonight.
Well, good evening, guests from the industry, school systems, Randolph Community College, and our community, and to my fellow graduating apprentices and their families, and the signing apprentices and their guests. I'm Brandon Hill. I'm a technician at Hubbell Industrial Controls. I just want to thank everyone that showed up tonight and made this possible. Without all of you, we want to be here today to celebrate and congratulate the graduating and upcoming apprentices. Saying that Apprenticeship Randolph has been a blessing in my life would be a huge understatement. In 2018, I was set to graduate from Randleman High School. I had no clue how I was going to pay for college, and this program fell into my lap at the perfect time. Apprenticeship Randolph offered a college and a career at zero debt. I knew I wanted to work with my hands, use my talents, and challenge myself on a daily basis. When I heard about Apprenticeship Randolph, I was unsure of what it entitled or what I was truly signing up for. I was extremely nervous turning in my application and attending orientation. I was in uncharted territory and I didn't know what to expect. I was selected by Hubbell and found my pre-apprenticeship to be exciting. I learned new things in my RCC summer classes, and I was eager to learn new electronics, machining, and meet several great coworkers, leaders in my company. When it ended, I was at my signing ceremony in 2017, and I remember feeling scared and anxious because I was about to sign a contract with a company for 4 years. I had to remind myself that it was only 4 years, and I'm only 17. I told myself that 4 years isn't that long, and I'm not doing it alone. I'll be with others who are in the same boat as me. Looking back now, if I was just getting into the program, I would tell myself not to worry and try your hardest, give it your best shot, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to change your life and your family's life. This program has changed my life and that of my fellow graduates. It has provided a pathway for us to have a career that we can do for the rest of our lives. It allowed us to obtain a college degree with zero debt. I don't plan to leave Hubbell, but I have the confidence in knowing that I can go anywhere in the world and continue my career. I get told almost every single day by several employees of my work who've been doing this for a long time, and even my mentors, just how lucky I am because I didn't have to go into debt for education and that I have a degree and a career in a field that will never go away. Our world will always need products made and services completed. I have some advice for those signing tonight, and for that matter, everyone in here. Take pride in your work, knowing that it makes a difference in the world. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to travel out of state or in the state to install, test, or repair products that we make at Hubbell. I get great satisfaction out of knowing that without my hard work and without the knowledge I learned at RCC and from mentors at work, that the controls or machines that I'm installing, repairing may have come from someone else that didn't take pride in their work. The controller or machine could cause a building to burn down or shut down a bridge or stop a company from making essential materials for the world. So take pride in your work, knowing that it makes a difference in the world. For example, Energizer, think that those batteries could be in a smoke detector that saves lives, or ETI, that a pair of compression hose could bring relief to someone in pain, or Mohawk, that the flooring that they put down in a house will be for someone's newborn baby. Or the tires that Michelin makes, that Oliver makes, they grip through the rain, sleet, and snow, protecting people. And the RCC, well, first of all, you're creating opportunities and changing lives every day, but specifically in IT, you're helping students and instructors succeed in classrooms using technology, and you're keeping us all safe from cyber attacks. So take pride. You're making a difference in the world and our community. Second piece of advice would be willing and open to learn from your mentors. These mentors that we have are amazing people. Some are mothers, fathers, and they're ultimately teachers, willingly sacrifice their time to help us grow and become what's needed in our trade. Their knowledge bank from years of working allow many of us to go from knowing nothing about our trade to being proficient members of a team in society. They are here to help us every day, and from all the apprentices, I say, thank you for all that you have done and will continue to do for us. Can we give all of our mentors and fellow people in our My advice is to be willing and open to learn from your mentors. Listen, pay attention, ask questions, most importantly, admit it when you're at fault, and ask for help when something goes wrong or you don't understand. Same goes for your instructors at RCC. A third piece of advice, this is an opportunity of a lifetime that only lasts 4 years. Don't complain about it, just get it done. I get it, I was there too. I had to go to high school, college at the same time while working. I know it seems like a lot, but it's a great opportunity to go to college. That being said, you're getting paid while you're getting an education. When I was in college, Mr. Andrews, Mr. Moore, Mr. Trogdon, their assignments had to be turned in a specific way. And I had to drive to Sophia, to Archdale, to RCC, to Asheboro, and back, and be home at 11:59 at night. Let's just say it wasn't easy, and it's easy to fall into a complaining cycle when it comes to your life. Friends might be going out, fishing, hunting, gaming, dating. We have to prioritize so that we are not making decisions that affect our status in Apprenticeship Randolph or our jobs. I promise you that 4 years goes by quickly. It's busy, it's hectic, and it's hard. In the end, it's worth it. So don't complain too much, get it done. Do your work early, don't procrastinate, and utilize your instructors and the other apprentices. This brings me to another point. The apprentices that are signed today and all those in the program are going to be your support structure for the next 4 years. Get to know the apprentices you're with in class, go out to eat with them before or after class, form a bond. Those are the people you're going to see several times a week, and they are the same boat as you. They have the same amazing opportunity you have. Be there for each other. Hopefully after summer semester 2025, you will graduate together with the world at your fingertips. Now that I'm graduating, it's bittersweet. I'm going to miss these days at college with the other apprentices, but I'm glad that I'll be working and have a job and furthering my career. I said it's only 4 years, so take the once in a lifetime chance to better yourself and better your future. I still to this day think and know that it has honestly bettered my life and my future. Finally, I want to say thank you to my fellow graduating apprentices. I'm hoping we can continue our crazy group text and our friendships. I wish you the best and most fulfilling careers in life. I thank my family for being understanding and helping me, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I want to say thank you to all my mentors and coworkers, because I have learned so much and grown so much from you. Anytime I needed help, you were there to answer my questions and remove my doubts. Thank you to our high schools, RCC, and to all our Apprenticeship Randolph partners, and to Stacy Miller. Without all of you, this program wouldn't be giving students like me an opportunity to have a career and a college degree, all debt free. So thank you. Can we give them all a round of applause?
Thank you, Brandon, for your wonderful remarks. I think I've said many of those pieces of advice to you boys several times over. So I'm excited and hope the new pre-apprentice or the new apprentices will heed that advice as well. I have had the privilege and honor to get to know our 8 graduates during their time here at RCC. I sincerely appreciate the open communication that they have included me in most of the time. And the opportunity to cheer them on from the sideline. Now's the time to celebrate our inaugural class of graduates for Apprenticeship Randolph, and I'd like to call up Randolph Community College's Vice President of Instructional Services, Suzanne Rorball.
Well, good evening, everybody, and so glad to look out and see the number of folks that are here tonight to support these students. Okay, now you get to listen to me for a couple of minutes. Can I just tell you how proud we are of you? We are really proud. It's my favorite celebration. I love to celebrate students, and I know people that work with me know that too. But we do take great pride in seeing your success. We're very proud of you all. We feel like tonight we've come full circle. I look across the room and I see a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces that we started out in. I'm going to go back to what Chris said, and Diane and Nancy and all the speakers tonight that have said there were a lot of hours put into getting us to this point. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. People walked away and thought, how is this ever going to work? But as it's already been spoken to, that you have to think outside of the box, you have to have a willingness and a strong partnership. And I will tell you, every leg of that stool stood tall, stood firm, and I see lots of great opportunity in the future. As you can tell, I love what I do, and I do love our students. And tonight is what makes it all so special for all of us. So congratulations, your grit, determination, your persistence, you never gave up. And I think what I hear tonight is about the support system. And I think for me, you know, that's helped me get through a lot of things in my life. I look back over my educational journey and I think, you know, some of the toughest years I had were my hardest years of my educational journey. But you made it. And you should really be proud of yourselves for that. I am going to ask you to keep texting Stacy just briefly, because I want you to share with her your successes. You know, when you're happy about things, to celebrate. Do I need to ask you to send them a text to stand up? I'm going to ask you guys to stand up for me. Here's what you worked hard for. So we're going to be in the official part of our ceremony tonight, and it is my honor and humble privilege to be able to bestow this on you. So listen up. It gives me great pleasure to present to you all the candidates for graduation. On behalf of the faculty of Randolph Community College, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the graduation requirements for their respective program of study as prescribed by the college and by the North Carolina Community College system. On behalf of our president, Dr. Robert Shackelford, the chairman of our board of trustees, Mr. Max Sherrill, and myself, Suzanne Rorball, it is my privilege to acknowledge the conferment of the degrees for which you have earned. You may turn your tassel. Are bright, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seated. And as exciting as that is, these gentlemen are also going to walk in RCC's graduation on August 27th as well, and we'll get to repeat that again. So we're excited for that. At this time, I'm going to share a little bit about our apprentices as well, our graduates, and welcome them up to stage when I call on them. We have, as Apprenticeship Randolph, have purchased really nice frame plaques for their degrees because my degrees from High Point University still sits on a shelf, and I wish somebody would have framed it a long time ago. So we went ahead and framed these for these guys. They're well deserved. There's also some other things in their packets. So I'm going to go through this. First, company representatives of Sapona Plastics are unable to join us on stage, but they are watching, supporting, and cheering on Zoom tonight. On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and ApprenticeshipNC, we'd like to congratulate Nikolaus Adler Gumbas. Nick has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics, a certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, as well as his Journeyworker Credential as a mechatronics technician. Nick's advice to apprentices is to learn as much as you can during your time as an apprentice, especially on the job. Nick would like to thank his parents for encouraging him to go this route, his fellow apprentices for hanging in there with him, and Sapona Plastics for the opportunity that they have given him. Congratulations, Nick. Will the company representatives of Hubbell Industrial Controls join me on stage? On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and ApprenticeshipNC, we congratulate Brandon Jarrett Hill. Brandon has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics, a certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, as well as his Journeyworker Credential as an electronics technician. Brandon's advice to apprentices: don't give up and never be afraid to ask questions. Every instructor at work or my work mentor that I've talked to really wants to help you. Brandon would like to thank his family for being understanding of his crazy schedule. He wants to thank everyone at Hubbell that has taught him so much and helped him succeed. And he wants to thank the instructors at RCC for going above and beyond. Congratulations, Brandon. Will the company representatives of Technimark join me on stage? On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and ApprenticeshipNC, we'd like to congratulate Dustin Tyler Hill. Dustin has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Machining, a certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a tool and die maker. His advice to apprentices: in your first few weeks, you have no room for complaints. Take initiative, look into why things are done the way they are, and take everything as a learning experience. You need to master the field you are becoming a part of. You might feel overwhelmed, but as an apprentice, always say yes if someone asks you to go for coffee, to get lunch, or to help on a project. It doesn't matter where you are in the pecking order or where anyone else is. Treat everyone with the same level of respect, from the apprentice to the CEO. You never know who could have your back or do you a favor. Dustin would like to thank his parents, his instructors at RCC, and all his coworkers at Technimark for making him who he is today. Congratulations. Will the company representatives of Jaeco Precision Inc. join me on stage?
They're not here. Dustin said he'd go up with me.
That's sweet. Okay. On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and Apprenticeship NC, we congratulate Jonathan Page Mroczkowski. John has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Machining, an Associate of Arts degree, a Certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a tool and die maker. Advice to apprentices: expect to make mistakes. Be willing to learn and listen, because the people you're working with definitely know more than you. John says he couldn't have done this without his family, and he will never be able to repay all they've done and continue to do for him. But aside from them, the instructors at RCC have been very helpful. His employers, Jeff and Eric, and his foreman, Clint, have all shown extreme patience with him as he has learned the ropes of this complicated but rewarding trade over the past 4 years. Congratulations, John. The company representatives of Mohawk join me on stage, please. On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and Apprenticeship NC, we congratulate Nikolaus James Pless. Nick has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics, a Certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a maintenance technician. His advice to apprentices: don't buy a Mercedes until after you graduate. Nick wants to thank his parents and especially his little sister for their love and support. He also thanks all of his instructors for their patience. But most of all, he wants to thank himself for never giving up, regardless of what was thrown his way. Congratulations, Nick. Mohawk can stay on stage. On behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, RCC, and Apprenticeship NC, we congratulate Stephen Monroe Presnell. Monroe has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics, a Certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a maintenance technician. His advice to apprentices: stick it out. Monroe would like to thank his family first and foremost. He would also like to thank Mohawk for the opportunities they've given him and his coworker, Garrett Weinbarger, for mentoring him. Congratulations, Monroe. Will the company representatives of Technimark join me on stage once again? So on behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and Apprenticeship NC, we congratulate Zachary Ty Ratchford. Zachary has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Machining, a certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a tool and die maker. His advice to apprentices: jump at every chance you get while you are in Apprenticeship Randolph to learn and get better. If you feel any hesitation about trying something new, put those worries aside, because the more you do, the more you learn, and ultimately the more doors open up. That goes for both work and RCC. Zachary would like to thank his mom for being there for him. He'd also like to thank his boss, Brandon Henderson. Brandon has definitely stuck his neck out for Zachary more than he ever had to. Brandon played a very large role in helping Zachary get here. Congratulations, Zachary.
Get him right.
Technimark family is up here still. So on behalf of Apprenticeship Randolph, Randolph Community College, and Apprenticeship NC, we congratulate Joseph Jet JJ Warren. JJ has earned his Associate of Applied Science degree in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics, a certificate in Manufacturing Technology, his State Apprenticeship NC Certificate, and his Journeyworker Credential as a maintenance technician. JJ would like to share this with the apprentices. Halfway through any goal you set, you ponder the idea of giving up, which in that moment is the turning point of success. Never let your mind talk you out of something that is this beneficial. Everyone struggles to feel useful when they begin any sport, hobby, or job, but it's key to remember everyone great started at the bottom. JJ would like to thank his dad. In JJ's words, he pushed me to finish goals I've set my entire life. Without him, I may have given up, but I sure am glad I didn't. I'm looking forward to continuing my road to success. Congratulations, JJ. I am so proud of all you 8 graduates. Let's give them another big round of applause.
And my congratulations to our graduates and our new signers tonight, one more time. Before we close this evening, we have a few gifts to give out. We want to recognize the determination, grit, and foresight of a few key individuals in giving Apprenticeship Randolph a solid foundation in which to grow for years to come. First, to Nancy Cross, who was our keynote speaker tonight. But more importantly, even though she doesn't want to admit it, she was literally the founder of Apprenticeship Randolph. Without her work in the beginning to bring together Randolph County Schools, Randolph Community College, and the founding industry partners, we wouldn't be hosting this wonderful event tonight. Also, we would like to honor the initial co-chairmen, Jeff Calicut and Chris Harrington, who stepped up to help organize and steer the direction of Apprenticeship Randolph. At this time, I'd like all 3 of them to be on stage. I think I have 2. I don't know where Jeff is, to join me on stage as we present a clock machined in our RCC machining lab as a token of our appreciation. Thank you again for your unending support of Apprenticeship Randolph and your vision and tenacity to give students an opportunity for college and career, all at 0 debt. Now, we ask at this time our apprentices and graduates stay here on stage or join us on stage to get some group pictures. And we have cake and refreshments outside if you'd like to join us in the courtyard. Thank you all for attending.
Our refreshments are actually in the Armadillo Cafe, just